All right, good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me okay, please just give me a thumbs up or give me yes in the chat, and we'll get things kicked off. Okay, thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Jared. Hope everyone is doing well today. Just so you know, please keep your microphones muted. If you do have any questions at all during the webinar, feel free to utilize the chat feature. We'll be monitoring that. So if you see something on the slide, have a question or want to comment, throw it in the chat. I'm joined by Karthik here. We're going to be covering the AI sprint for Drupal 10 and 11 of 14 days to faster UX, smarter search, and higher ROI. Okay, I'm Sean. I'm a SEO and CRO strategist here at Binary Works. I'm joined by Karthik, who's the CTO. Together, we have a combined 25 years experience within the industry. And one thing to note, we have rebranded. So we were Drupal partners, but now we are Binary Works. So please keep a note of that if you weren't aware. Let's go over the agenda. So today, got 7 things on the agenda for us. We're going to look at why upgrades aren't enough when it comes to the current setup. Talk about marketing reality and trends. Then we're going to look at how AI transformed Drupal sites. Then we're going to look at the AI modules that matter, show you some proof of impact, go more in depth about the 14-day sprint, and then go over how to get started with this. Okay, so we're going to look at why upgrades aren't enough. So there's an intelligence gap there. So as you know, with Drupal, like it's a one-size-fits-all platform. There's editorial bottlenecks, slow content ops. It's also a shallow search, poor discoverability. And it also has reactive analytics and lagging indicators. It's a fragmented knowledge. The docs, the FAQs, the PDFs are not actionable. There's outdated UX logic, manual workflows and guesswork in content delivery, and underperforming journeys, which could lead to wasted content and rising CAC. So let's break this down. Like, what does this mean? So, Drupal, it's a content management platform, but it's covering different categories and different sources, and not everything is the same. So there's no centralized hub pulling everything together. What does this mean? It means it can be difficult for consumers to get the content that they need in a timely manner and what's relevant to what they're looking for. So if you're not delivering the right content at the right time in the right manner, it's going to risk you losing that client or the customer, and that leads to a higher cost of customer acquisition. So, we want to look at what makes a difference within the browsing journey. Despite the content being there, like I said, they might not find it. Okay, sorry, we can go on to the next one. So what are the marketing reality and the trends of this? Okay, so the marketing reality trends, AI-first organizations see significant improvement in engagement, personalization, and operational efficiency. The AI market's projected to reach 1.8 trillion by 2030, with web technology leading adoption. 92% of leading organizations already use AI in some capacity. 75% of business plans to increase the AI investment in the next 12 months, and 68% of users switch to platforms offering better digital experiences. So really what this means is your customers, your clients, they're more, how can I say it, more tech savvy. They're always looking for easier solutions, faster solutions. And if you're not staying ahead of the trends, you risk losing them to a competitor. And then Karthik, he's going to take it from here and talk about how AI transforms Drupal sites.
Thanks, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar. I just wanted to give you a couple of things here before I get started. We are recording this webinar, so we'll be sharing the presentation as well as the recording of the call of this following up this webinar. And also, if you have any questions, we have muted all the participants, so you can put your questions on the chat. If we could answer, it will be answered this call, or we can take the questions and discuss that later as well. Okay. Again, yeah, thanks for joining. Let's dive in deep on how AI can transform your Drupal sites. So, based on our initial research and the works that we are doing currently with our customers and clients, we have categorize the Drupal transformation in this broadly in the six main categories. We are going to dive in deep on each of those topics in the upcoming slides. So each one of these itself is a webinar topic. So we will be conducting more webinars on each of these, tech like for the developers separately and from the business standpoint separately in the upcoming days. So to start with, like smart assistant, basically like automating the task or doing contextual guidance, knowledge assistance, personalization, AI content creations, answer engine optimization, and what are the top AI modules that we can, which are right now available with customization we can use to make our website AI adoptable. Okay. So these are the areas we are going to focus upon today. To begin with, we'll start with smart assistant. So, what is a smart assistant? Like, automating the regular task flows for the consumers as well as for the administrative purposes, and guiding the users in the right directions, right? So, for example, like say like guided discoveries, like help me choose. For example, a customer visits a particular page, if it is educational website like a course or a program or a page, and ask starts like, where do I start, which program fits my background? For those kind of questions, how we are going to assist the customers or users in the corresponding flows. Like we can create like 2 3 clarifying questions, reduce the options for them based on the answers they provide or the links they click, and present them with the recommended programs or products with links or call to action buttons. Okay, and we can also complete them instead of navigating a multi-step setup form like step form. If for example, if the user wants to say, I wanted to book a consultation next week, right? So creating giving the a call to action button, like assisting them with the proper flows, will also be automated through the smart assistant AI based platforms. Smart assistants can be used in chat or search, or you can also on the UI side, you can integrate this with a chatbot, or you can integrate this with your enterprise level search, or you can create this at different sections like inline hero banners or floating call to actions or a chat doc, or you can also create like one tap summaries of long pages and create a summary pay section on each page as well. Okay. So there are multiple ways we can do this. We can also, like when we go deep during the personalization piece, we'll also see how we can personalize users. But the smart assistants is a great way to start with. And the examples, as I said, right, like someone wanted to choose like what program fits their background, asking them like follow-up questions based on what their initial question was or initial search was, and taking them to the right context, or pages or links or call to action. So that is what the smart assistant is all about. And the next one would be like knowledge assistance. So like it is basically uh, creating, so we have content on the website. Drupal is all about content. All the content, like your categories, your FAQs, your PDF documents, or your catalog informations. All this content in Drupal is with wide content types and different kind of use cases for each of those contents. But there is no one centralized content hub where customers or users can go, and instead of them redoing their putting their own research on the website, navigating across multiple pages and finding the right information. So what we can do is we can create like more user specific content, like FAQ setup or document and or a document research or a research kind of a search. Or you can also create a ask this page kind of a support element on the website, or guided explorations with follow-ups. All these can be created across the website, making sure we deliver the right content based on what the customer or the user intention was. So there are use cases we have identified where the content or the resource would be available on the website, but the way the users are navigating through the website, or if the user is not, different users navigate, for the same resource they would navigate differently. So based on their navigation and their own kind of research capabilities on the website, the content, right content, will not be delivered to the customers. So it will become a wasted content. So creating these kind of knowledge acquisition hubs across the website and helping the users to make use of it at the right times based on their actions and intentions would help users to choose the right content of what they're looking for. So, from the UX perspective, we can create like an inline ask this page widget, or a contextual floating assistant, or answer box with citations, and follow-up prompts based on like what they are doing. And even on the back end users, that we can use like create like admin control dashboards. Okay. So there are different use cases. For example, if it is a higher ed or like education or university-based website, we can create course catalog collections based knowledge repositories, student FAQ-based knowledge assistant repositories, or policy-based knowledge repositories. And if you're in the healthcare industry, we can create like patient portals, clinical support, insurance agents, all these specific user related knowledge assistant widgets or repositories can be created and can be kept at different locations for users to access them and get the right content of their choices. So these are some examples we have given, like, if a student is asking like what the deadline for fall 2025 application, a direct answers with a appropriate links, or follow up action items would be the best use cases. Okay. And then the next comes the personalization piece. Personalization is becoming like one of the not it's not more anymore a luxury. It's mostly a want because of all this AI advancements and other technology improvements. So like what these AI personalization, how we can do the AI personalization is we can get the signals from the user, like based on their role, the device, the referrer, the links they are coming from, the location, the behavior patterns, like what links they are doing, the residency and campaigns they are coming from. Based on all this signals, we can curate and identify the behavior, or personalize the user and categorize them into like the roles, like for if it is a student, like if it is an undergraduate or a new student or a postgraduate or a existing student who is coming to get some materials on the website. So we can categorize the user based on their actions and all those different signals. And once we have identified those signals, we can create like role based sections and patterns across the website, like creating inline content blocks which adopts dynamically based on different roles, or like creating like role based landing pages. Depends whether they are a returning user or or a new user to the website, or like also creating like call to actions. It depends upon like what their actions are or behaviors, and based on their roles. Okay. So if they're a first time visitor, we can create a call to action, like start exploring, or you want to do a home to do a college tour, or whatever might be applicable for that particular user. If you're running a e-commerce based website, you can categorize them into returning users and show some promotions based on where they left on their previous time when they browsed the website. And if they are a new user, you can show like the new promotions based on that particular user journey on the website. Okay. So like the back end, the content team can also view. So there are also modules where all these things can be personalized from the admin dashboard, and they can also do some A/B testing on the back end. View, they can view as a prospective student or a researcher or a different role how the pages can be visualized. The content creators can also be using this kind of modules to see the contents back on their web, on the back end, to see how this will be reflecting for the end users. Okay. So the next aspect of the AI is going to be AI based content creations. So like there are modules which we are going to talk about in the module sections, where you can use AI for creating content or images, or content generation, SEO side of content creations, draft creations, or doing A/B testing for different content variants, and localization like multilingual tone shifts. For all these things, there are modules which can be customized. We are going to discuss more this in the module sections. I mean, this is more from a backend perspective, like how you can use it. You can use it along with the Drupal editor. AI Copilot can be used in Drupal editor. You can use it during your inline draft assistant, or you can also use these tools to boost your SEO or metadata writings, and also like create this content gap alerts. And sometimes we also are working on modules. We have seen modules based on the user actions, or like what most of the users are continuously viewing, or what are the like action items, like it will also suggest the content, the next set of contents that you need to create based on market trends, and based on how users are currently using, what are the like content types or other taxonomies that people are highly interested in. So based on those aspects, it will create it can suggest the next set of topics or articles or contents that you need to create. So based on that suggestions, you can create, I mean, it can create, it's a draft content for you, and you can expand it, do the moderation, and publish it. Any questions so far? Okay, there is one question. How do you propose to secure info through AI guided user interfaces? Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, there are, I mean, IPA information. So we can do restrictions on what we can see. These AIs, it's how we are indexing the data. So we can allow AI, tools to, we can restrict AI tools to index what content we wanted to index. We can restrict at the field level as well. So if there are IPA information or IPA fields that you wanted to restrict, we can, tell, AI indexing kind of algorithms or tools to, not to index those content. So it is not going to index the content that is IPA compliant. So it is not going to show any IPA data to the end users. That's a great question from Manibal Capital. And another question from Kelly Bell, like very interested in content hub and user dashboard. We are already doing chat and docs research on that. More personalized content guides and user journey based next approach. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think that's not a question. So Kelly will be discussing more about we'll discuss about what we can show for you. Like there are some modules. We'll also talk about personalization down the line. Okay. Would this also work for a customized by PHP backend Drupal? Yeah, it will work, but there has to be some kind of customization that we have to do. So we have to review like what kind of what framework that you're using, and the level of integration that you have with Drupal. So it is doable on the front end. And putting information of it secure in the database to be sure and won't appear somewhere else. Yeah, again, I think so Tabu, like to answer your question. So again, like if someone is inputting their IPA information in a say for example in a text box which we are not allowed to, right? If my understanding is your question right, say that there is a text box or a text area where someone is putting their IPA information which were not allowed to. Is that your question? So that we don't use this content or show this IPA data to some other users. Is that right? I'm understanding your question. So in those, yeah. So if someone is giving you IPA data, if it is a field that collects IPA data, which you are already identified a field, or in a form submission, right? If that field is allocated for IPA field, then we can restrict that field to be indexed by any of the AI, indexing that is going to happen on the backend. Okay, and if there's not a field that is not regulated with IPA, IPA regulation, and if some user is entering data into that, then that data goes, will be indexed by the AI engines. But there are some, customizations or restrictions we can create, like the identifying data patterns. Say, for example, if it is an SSN number, and if we can identify some data patterns and identify if that is SSN or some other MRN number based on the data patterns, we can also restrict the content, but that is more of a customization that we have to do at the field level. Okay, so these are all like more customization. There are not like direct integrations applicable to answer your question. So these are some kind of customization we have to do on the back end. Okay. Yeah, great questions. So I'll move on. And so yeah, we talked about AI content creation, and the next big thing what we are seeing is the AEO, which is answer engine optimization or generative engine optimization. There are different terms to it. So basically, getting your website indexed by answer engines like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, or similar answer engines. So improving the search discoverability, ensuring your site content is structured so that this AI engines can extract your content and show your content in their answers along with the sources from your websites. Okay, so for example, let's take a Drupal example. If someone is asking what is a deadline for Drupal 11 migration support, right? So it not only gives the answer, it also gives the source, on a valid website like Drupal.org, and ask the customer to go and see there to see additional details on the on the end date. Okay, so improving the AI search discoverability in these answer engines, and to achieve that, we have to do some kind of content, updation to our existing content. The existing content so far, all the websites we have created is completely focused on Google search engine optimization, like indexing towards Google in other search engines. So like more of blogging, or like whatever the keywords that you wanted to rank, improving the keyword density, content authority, all those kind of things. So to adopt to these search engines, we have to create content in a slightly different way as well, like creating more FAQs and knowledgeable clusters across the website, and also creating like on-site answer box, creating concise answers on your own websites instead of forcing visitors to hunt through long pages. Okay, and organize the FAQs and related content into a more structured and schema rich clusters, so it is so that it is optimized both for AIs as well as for search engines. And also ensure your answers always are straight and point blank, or to the original sources, with citations and some canonical references. Okay, so that those are things that we need to do. And from the UI UX perspective, we can create, like on the above the fold, we can create a small box where we get, like, eye traffic pages with direct question and answers, or we can create a summary, as I told you, like in a 2 and 3 sentences. And we can also create like rich snippets, ready collapsible FAQs embedded contextually at different places. And we can also create like mini search box on long pages. Okay, and also, like, instead of a flat list of links, on-site search results show, we can show like direct answers first, then following the supporting links. Okay, so improving the trust layers, always show the last updated and source under answers to build confidence. Like, not just showing the answers, like what when it is last updated and the sources. So all these things will definitely improve your rankings, or sorry, not the rankings, but your discoverability patterns in AI AUO engines. Again, this is a separate topic. Like, we have to do a AUO audit, readiness audit separately for each websites. But this itself is a bigger, kind of a topic. We can definitely have more sessions in this AUO space. Okay. So these are the key, like, areas that we have seen that AI is getting traction, like where we can, make your websites like AI compatible or AI enabled, like the smart assistant, knowledge assistant, personalization, AEO, or content creations. So the next section, what we are going to see is like some of the modules which are already in place, but with some level of customization, and based on your needs, how we can use it to our benefit, and make your website AI ready. Right? The first module, what we are going to see here is direct, like OpenAI integration. The OpenAI integration module connects your Drupal site with OpenAI's API, like the for all the different models, like GPT models or other embedding on moderation models that are already available on the on through this module. It lets the editors or developers and site owners embed AI-driven features directly inside your Drupal without having to build, complex customizations on the back, or you don't need to create anything from the scratch. Okay. For example, for content generations, it can generate page, posts, drafts, summaries, or translation from within the CK editor itself, or within your within your WISIWG interface as well. So it creates all text, meta descriptions, or SEO snippets automatically. Okay, and you can also generate embeddings for content and store them in a different vector database. This will improve your on-site search and enable semantic AI powered search experiences to your users. Okay, and there is also a OpenAI moderation API to flag or filter inappropriate user generated content before publishing. Okay, it automatically filters inappropriate user generated contents. And before, if your website publishes user generated content, you can also use OpenAI moderation API to flag and filter before getting directly published on your website. Okay, and you can also create, using this OpenAI, create custom AI workflows. Basically, you can expose Drupal content to AI for chatbots, smart assistants, or personalization engines, which I explained in the earlier slides. Using this custom AI workflows, you can enable or integrate these chatbots and see, based on the user action, like what is the workflow that we can create for the users, right? So those things can be achieved through this custom AI workflows integration with this other tools in the market. Okay, so developers can all open API custom modules, and you can customize it as it's an open source, and you can you can use it for your needs. So getting some intermittent screen freezing. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that happening for everyone? Can you put your can you put your thumbs up or say yes if it's happening for everyone. I can stop sharing and reshare again. Anyway, Kelly, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to reshare. Is it good now, Kelly, for you? Okay, I'll move on. The next module that we are going to see is like AI content assistant module. This is designed to help content editors and marketers inside Drupal by integrating AI powered writing to your contents. You can do like writing, editing, and optimization tools directly into the content management systems. It works as a co-pilot for your content creation. So, like drafting or refining or publishing your content, you can use this AI content assistant, okay, without leaving the Drupal editing environment. So you no need to copy this, put it in a different AI, engine like ChatGPT. You can put everything inside the content editing editor itself. Okay, so you can draft new articles or product descriptions or blog posts. So it creates those constant, contents based on the prompts that you give. Excuse me. So it basically helps you to improve your clarity, grammar, and tone with this AI-powered suggestions. And it also helps to suggest SEO meta descriptions, keywords, alt text, and titles for the better search visibility. Okay, and you can also give a content length. Provides content length and readability guidance. So you can say, hey, create a content of based on these keywords, and this is the prompt, and restricted to 1,000 words, right? So it gives you content, and you can use it with your industry expertise to modify it. Okay, and you can also use it for multivariant content, like multi languages, like English, Spanish, or different versions of the same content, like different headlines. For you, say if you want to do A/B testing, right? So if you wanted to create like a multivariant content for the same content, so you can use these tools to do create those contents and put it in your A/B testing test cases. Okay, and auto translate or create localized content draft with multilingual capabilities. So it helps speeds up your multilingual publishing cycles. Okay. And you can also directly integrate with the Drupal Visivic and CK editors, as I said earlier. So you can use it to rewrite, summarize, or expand your content. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So the next is the Search API module, which basically it extends the Drupal Search API ecosystem by adding AI-powered semantic search and retrieval capabilities. So basically, it allows the Drupal site to use vector embedding, re-rankers, and LLMs like large language models to deliver a smarter and more appropriate search results for your audiences. So it bridges the gap between the Drupal's content repository with modern AI search techniques. Okay, so it basically creates, like, you can create semantic search, converts your Drupal content into vector embeddings. It allows the users to search by meaning, not just through keywords. Okay, like for example, if someone is searching for how can I apply for financial help, it returns scholarship application guidelines. Even if the words doesn't match exactly what the user is searching for, it understands the meaning out of it, and it results the even if that particular keyword is not there in your content, it still understands the meaning and delivers the results. Okay, and it continuously re-ranks results based on context, intent, and content quality and user searches. Okay, and it shows the best match first search accuracy compared with other keyword searches. Based on the meaning, it shows the best match content to the customer and delivers that as the first item. Okay, and returns direct answers with sources instead of only links. And also, like, it also, you can integrate this with your chat. You can also show like chat style results, like, action one action after the other, right? Based on what you're showing to the customer, if there is a follow-up action based on that, it creates some questions around that follow-up action, either a call to action button or some links. We can create that. Okay. So it works alongside with your existing Drupal search API like Solar or Elasticsearch backends. So it adds an AI layer without replacing the entire search stack. So these are some examples. Like conversion box can be used as a AI-powered predictive search and merchandising engine, and Roundview AI is a AI-powered conversational, chat engine. Any questions so far? I'll move on. So this is the AI agent module, which is still in the, I would say, like not fully functional yet, but it's still in the development stages. Lots of updates are happening, contributions are happening, but still a good tool to try and use. So this module is a Drupal framework for defining agents uh, that can perform a certain step of actions, right? So these agents can send information about your Drupal site, like, your nodes, taxonomy, content types, your content, to any AI provider. It might be a chat engine or a smart assistant, and receive the responses, and also gets the call to actions according to that. So agents can be used to define tools. So it's like it creates taxonomy terms, modify contents, and create or update, like any action that you can, based on the agent, you can do it. You can create a new taxonomy term, or modify an existing content, or create or update a configuration. Based on the user actions, you can define the agent what action it has to do based on the user actions. Okay. And it decides the action, like, if there are three follow-up actions, like based on the current customer behaviors, whatever is the right action that would be the right fit, it shows them as the first action item. Okay. There are agent plugins for various Drupal entities. Like there is a separate node content type agent, taxonomy agent, views agent, web form agent. This allows the agent to operate over all, and so basically you can use all these agents and you can combine all the entity types into one Drupal project. Okay. And each agent has default prompt, which can be overridden either on the UI side, so you can tailor how the AI understand its roles and take appropriate the next steps on the website. Okay. Any questions here? We are planning to conduct a separate, developer based webinar on usage of AI agents. Okay. And AI SEO analyzer. So this is a SEO module. I mean, it's very similar to the, SEO optimizer. So it extends the Drupal search engine optimization of your content, rather than manually authoring the metadata or traditional SEO tools. Like AI to automatically analyze, suggest, or generate SEO friendly content. Okay. So I got a question there. Can this be used to build chatbots on the site? Yeah, you can do build chatbots, but there are already available chatbots which works with all these tools. I would rather explore that first, and if you wanted to use chatbots, you can definitely create your own chatbot as well using this, APIs and AI agents. Okay. And another question is, any good AI agents product you recommend? Yeah, like the one I showed you in the previous slides, roundview.ai is already using this AI agent and personalizing the website. So you can also try that. Thanks for the questions. So I'll move on. The SEO analyzer key features are like automated meta generation. So it auto generates meta titles, descriptions based on the content summary or AI prompts. Okay. And it is also suggests relevant keywords or topics to include in the content. as I told you, right, based on the user behaviors or like the highest used viewed content, or where the trend is going, it also gives you like content suggestions which you can use to create your own content. Okay. And it provides guidance to improve the structure of your content, the length and overall readability. Okay. And you can also generate schema markup like FAQ schema. Like for example, if you want to make it like you say you created a content and you wanted to make it AU ready, right? So now you wanted to create a FAQ section for this big article that you created. So you can use this SEO analyzer to create a FAQ schema, and also to how to or articles. So it basically helps in creating those kind of content structures as well. Okay. So using this SEO analyzer, you can also, it also proposes internal links to other content based on the topic, not just the keyword, also the meaning that the topic is, focused upon. Okay. And it identifies the missing topics or uncovered topics are in the site. There are like external sources we can also use, like competitor references, and create content, or suggest content based on or the missing topics or uncovered areas. Okay. And it also provides you a score based on your SEO health and keyword usage, your other aspects of SEO. Okay. Any questions? Yeah, the next important module is AI image module, which is again designed to create image generations or image enhancements using AI capabilities. It you can create a new image, or you can enhance your existing image. It helps content creators to generate visuals based on prompts that you can give without leaving the Drupal interface. And also like it includes from text prompts, image style adjustments, automatic alt text generation. If you want to do like image resizing or optimization, or like change certain colors in the background, all those things can be achieved through this AI image generator. Again, this tool is not fully ready yet. It can be used, but there are still some updates and contributions are continuously happening. But over the time, it will evolve. It would be evolving as a great image generating module. Okay. So you can use like prompt based image generation, and you can also apply filters or styles, like like artistic styles or color palette or tone to existing images, and like generate text, descriptive alt text or captions for your existing images. um, like also create resizing, as I said, AI based images suggestions. Sorry it also suggests like relevant imagery for content based on context, not just the keywords. And it also integrates well with the media library. So all the images that are getting generated can be saved on the Drupal's media system. And if you're using any other DAM, like the digital asset management system, you can also integrate and save those images in those DAM as well. Okay. And it also filters inappropriate content or copyright safety. Like it checks for licenses, so that you don't use the existing images which are copyrighted. So it has like one level of security. The image it generates will be fully ready to use. No need to worry about any copyright or any other licensing issues. Okay. Any other questions? Sounds good. So for to more about there are lots of AI modules. It would be very difficult to cover in this 1 hour webinar. So we have given you a link. Like if you could go and put your own research, you will identify lots of AI projects and modules. Some of these modules are yet to be fully developed, but you will know the roadmap there. So yeah, our team is also contributing for some of the modules on the personalization and other AI-based modules with Drupal.org. So, and if you have any questions on any of these modules, you can definitely reach out to us as well. Okay. And these are some of the proof of impact or use cases. Legalite is one of our top customers, and they are using a Drupal site which is the traffic user demand is very high, and they have a limited staff for the from the customer service point of view. They have like limited support capacity to answer like different personalized questions to the customers or users. So we did the Drupal upgrade and also integrated the chat support using RoundView.ai with implemented intelligent search. Now we have seen there is the AI engine itself is taking like 180% of the questions. The service request, and it also routes to the different departments like based on the questions. This also integrates with their CRM system. So based on the questions or the call to action items, it integrates to their responsive corresponding CRM systems, and it gives more. Main usage is the user doesn't need to wait for their answers. It gives immediate responses to the users at 85% of the time. And we have also done a survey with the users after the chat. We have received a 92% satisfaction, guidelines as well. Any known AI tools for accessibility improvements? We already used this editorially, but would love to have AI help fix common problems. I don't have a direct answer, Bill, but our team is using like a couple of AI tools for accessibility. I can send you, some of the tools that our team is effectively using in a separate email. We have your email address. I will send that to you. Thank you. And predictive and personalized search, we have, I mean, one of our customers, they are on the e-commerce, they do like both B2B and D2C space. So we integrated with conversion box, AI powered search engine. So with all those autocomplete predictive search feature, merchandising, personalization, and also creating more dynamic contextual based filters and facets. So I mean, within the implementation of conversion box, within 30 to 45 days, we could see the engagement rate has gone high and the bounce rate has gone down on the website. Lots of people started using the search. I mean, especially the users of search, the people who use the search, the engagement rates have highly increased and the bounce rates have decreased, and the overall conversion has also increased 20% for the people who are using the search. Okay. So there are definitely lots of benefits and use cases down the line. We have also done lots of implementations, and we are gathering more data. In the upcoming webinar, we will show like more accurate results of other use cases that we have been dealing right now. Okay. Thanks, Kelly. I also got your email. We'll definitely send you more information, Kelly. Okay. That concludes the session here today. And so we are currently conducting a complimentary, audit, a Drupal AI a readiness audit or enablement audit, we call it as. If you're interested, you can, Sean will reach out to you through email. You can register with a code, and we will be able to conduct a complete thorough AI audit and give you a detailed report of our analysis and the areas where we can um, you know where we can enable AI into your website, and then we can also give you a demo or implement directly on your dev site and show you the use cases, and then do a live process. And typically this process, I mean, the 14 days is just for the auditing, and it's not an exactly 14-day sprint, but for analysis and giving you a use case, we can definitely achieve that in 14 days. But the live process definitely takes time, depends upon each website's complexity and the volume of data and other aspects. But within the 14-day, we can definitely give you a implementation plan for the AI readiness. Sean?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So as we were saying, yeah, so we can offer the personal consultation For the Drupal AI enablement audit, just reach out to us via email, use the QR code, and we'll get that meeting scheduled.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for joining. And as I said, we are continuously, working on this AI process. There are lots of follow-up webinars, both for the developers as well as for the business use cases separately. Stay tuned. You will be receiving emails from us. You can register for the upcoming webinars as well. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. See you next time.
Thank you.